live, go live. It says you're live. Coming in. Boom. My wonderful daughter, of course, as usual, is right here. You may hear the cat at the door trying to get in. And their activities ongoing. But you're here for the con information, so let's find out. Wonderful Sioux Falls, South Dakota had another Siouxpercon. It was very enjoyable. I got there late in the afternoon, just about 4. It was gathering the family and getting there for a Saturday event. And my daughter was Super Girl Zorro, and of course I was Sergeant America as always. So I had a wonderful time. Of course, at Sergeant America, might even be at Sergeant America USA. No, that might be the email. At Sergeant, you should find me on Twitter. Of course, everybody watching this knows my Twitter. Yeah. But hey, what did I get at the con? That's what's important, right? First off, I stopped by the. Make sure my daughter didn't get that one that fell. Okay. It's the beauty of going live. All right, I'm gonna sacrifice that one to the daughter, I think. So many things. So many things. I purchased from Rainbow Comics and Collectibles for donation for the Emily's Hope for those who are recovering. I'm gonna tilt this. Narcotics issues. People is trying to get off of the heavy drugs and that kind of stuff. So it's a local fundraiser in town, and the mother of Emily, her daughter, of course, died of, I believe, a heroin overdose, or it's the tragedy of what we see our unfortunate kids get into. This beautiful print, though, as you can see, mainly is kind of black and white with the pop of color on those butterflies. This is done by Doug Mankey, so it was definitely very nice when he was here. I was not able to get to his signing a week ago at Rainbow Comics and Collectibles. So it was very nice that they had this at the con, that I could purchase it there. It was definitely wonderful. So anybody who's not used to my channel is probably wondering what the hell. But of course, with Mikey Martinez. Oh, sorry, Mikey. I got it right now. The kind of a Game of Thrones inspired map of Sioux Falls. So wonderful. I live over in kind of this area, so. But as you can see, just a wonderful Sioux Falls, South Dakota, done. It was definitely cool to see and talk with Mikey about that. So, love seeing his work. Of course, also another one who I always stop and pick up is the Dakota Kid. Lamont does this wonderful artwork. This one was all about, it's always children playing at the, hey, don't touch those books. Ugh. Let's fight my daughter off here right now. Once again, the wonders of going live. Oh, there we go. I purchased this one because of my love of the X-Men. I do love this generation of them. This is when I kind of got back into them, I believe, in the middle school age. I remember purchasing that oversized X-Men #1 that quickly got thrown into a box and just destroyed with all the rest of my comics. But no, it's a time that I really enjoyed. I mean, the pop of color, how interesting they were, just fantastic stories during this time frame. And this is the idea of kids on the playground if they were playing the X-Men. So it's not the Scotty Young children's version of them, it's children playing them. So I definitely have enjoyed that. Try to get that glare off. This will, of course, be going up in the comic book room, so I'll be enjoying that for a long time to come. Put that one back. I also now have a light up turtle that my daughter has delivered to me. So, book wise, Rainbow Comics and Collectibles had dollar books there, and if you bought two, then they were dropped to 50 cents. So, I like the Freedom Fighters. I do not have hardly any of these. I like that idea, of course, of Sam and the Fighting Falcon, the Ray. I know there's a DVD out of them that I have not been able to see yet. I think I saw like the first episode on CW of it. So, but yeah, this is the only one of that I found, and I know they do lots of runs of this, so I'll be interested to see what this one is like. All right, and Shadow Pact. Once again, something I'm interested in. This one seemed like kind of a one-shot because this is Ragman alone against the Condemned. So I like the magical idea of the DC, Shadow Pact. I've kind of read where they've tied into different stories, but I've never been able to get the Shadow Pact series. I haven't been able to find it digitally. And I have not seen trades, so I'm keeping my eye out, but I'm going to start collecting these, I believe. Boom. Frankenstein, Agent of Shade #1. I really enjoyed this, but I got the entire series digitally. So since I found this one for $1 now, 50 cents, as you'll see that I'll have 10, I decided to, yes, definitely pick this one up. I definitely like this storyline. I thought it was a really great telling of this agency. I'd really like to see this start up again in Rebirth or whatever they do afterwards. I have no idea what IDW, Wayne Osborne, John Byrne, FX, the Savage versus the Savage Silverback. This just be interesting. I do like my guerrilla fighting. This kind of Electro Booster Gold looking person. I can't wait to see what this is all about. It was a -- Of course you buy those #1s. This just looked very interesting and I wanted to pick it up. It's an IDW age I do not know of. So I picked up Justice League of America because once again I got this on digital. It was a #1, and of course originally I was from Iowa, so decided to get the Iowa. It'd definitely be fun to just kind of reread this and then stow it away. The Initiative, the Order. I would talk about. I liked this series. I thought this was good. I really liked all of the Initiative. That idea of training superheroes and all that. This is one of the teams Tony Stark put together. The Order is based out of California, so I'm really, and I have it digitally once again, so decided to pick it up in physical since I can get it for 50 cents. The official handbook of the Marvel Universe Teams 2005. The reason why I picked up this one is the Marvel Universe handbook was something, I think it was probably 2005. All right. When the original handbook was coming out, original to me, I think it was late middle school, maybe early high school, and I really enjoyed it. I was really a focused nerd at that point where I wanted to know everything about them, and I could get so much information. It was encyclopedia of the superheroes and villains and all that. So this threw me back. I'm a sucker for these kind of things because, I just want to know as much as I can about the universe because I'm the continuity nerd. I like being able to say that I have a wealth of knowledge on this kind of stuff. So, and it was nostalgic. This threw me back to the kid who would go into the drugstore and dig through all the magazines and that and find, all the comic books that they did have that, they just keep tucking further and further back on the shelf because they just were getting old. And so, and I didn't remember how often they came out. I didn't know that much back then. So, Marvel Comics presents Hellcat, Vanguard, Taskmaster, and Weapon Omega. I kind of like these. It's a multitude of little stories in here. Actually, it's several issues. This is number 2, and this would be carried on through like 2, 5, 8. So I have a couple of these for 50 cents. I thought I'd take the chance and just pick it up and enjoy. I didn't have a list or anything going in because I wasn't sure what I could get. So Star Trek Infestation, I decided to pick up that for my wife. It was number 1 IDW. She's a Star Trek fan. And lastly, once again, like I said, the Initiative, but this is Omega Flight. It ain't Captain America. So I picked it up because of the enjoyment that I get of the Initiative, and I thought, chance for an Omega Flight issue would be interesting. So I didn't see any panels, just went around, talked with some people I knew, some artists, some writers. Since I was with my wife and daughter, I was not able to spend a lot of time. Luckily, I was able to spend 20, 30 minutes digging through the boxes to get those. Talked about getting another original page from Mikey Martinez, the comic book Genie. So I hope to be able to see him later, upcoming week or the week after. Have a bite, purchase something from him and get something good and enjoy. Otherwise, that was the con. I didn't get like I said, into any rooms. We did have the march. Something else I had to take for my daughter. We had the march of the cosplayers go through a couple times. That's not for her too. This is going to be just the best, wonderful live video. It's in town, a little over $10. It's just perfect deal to get into a con, hang out for the day, see wonderful nerds. My wife found it very unusual because there was a Wonder Woman who was there who had only body paint on. And was a little stunned by that. We also have a guy who dresses as Batman who has one of those Polaris slingshots. It's those 3-wheel motorcycles, the recumbent style. And he had his motorcycle there and was in full gear. So it was good to see him there. The libraries were there. And so we were also happy to talk with the library people. It always seems that the library has been very good to me. Back in Iowa, in my grade school, there was in the children's area, of course, in the basement of the library, there were comics. I remember reading Power Pack. I remember reading Peter Porker, Spider Ham. That started a love of it. In middle school, when I moved to a different town, my school had a room that you could get, 1 or 2 comic books out of. They really wanted you to read real books. And I remember, Web of Spider-Man's. It was around that, just after Secret War, so it was the Black Outfit. Enjoyed those. And then there was a little drought where my, main library in town didn't have comics. But luckily, we had plenty of drugstores, grocery stores, and then it's not a 7-Eleven, I don't remember even what it is now. Quick Stop, Quick Trip, Quick Come and Go, all the ones that have the bad names. Gas station that I could able to get the books from, and so I had ugly, crazy, sporadic book collections for the longest amount of time, and that's what kind of got me into this. That once I finally got to Sioux Falls, I was able to concentrate on comics again. I was able to purchase and start actual runs, and so usually also because I was so late, I was also picking up a lot of trades. I'd want a lot at a time, once I was able to start talking with people about them, then I could get single issues and keep up with a couple other people that get them in singles. So I think that's kind of how that community works well. That if you grab an issue, want to talk about an issue, that's there. If you're old collector, you have your cons. And definitely thankful for once again the YouTube community for being there to chat about this stuff. That find people who give a crap about the same thing I do. So definitely thankful. Hope everybody's reading what they enjoy, collecting what they love. Um, keep it on, keep it on. And I guess we'll just crash out here with my clippers I took from my daughter. Catchphrase. Ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, 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 boop.